This is Dave, and today's big hairy idea is how no enables yes. A funny thing happened in our house just an hour ago. So it's Thursday afternoon, we're preparing for Shabbat, and one of the young women in the neighborhood came over to help out Hannah. And she gets a lot of people come over, they help her to cook, and they also kind of get some life advice as they're doing so. And she's kind of helping out and laying out what's going on in her life. She's saying that, you know what, I'm really swamped, and she's kind of listing all the things she's doing, and she's kind of feeling like she doesn't have enough time to put to the things she really wants to be doing in her life. And Hannah's saying, well, why are you doing all these different things? Why don't you just say no? And she says, I can't. I can't say no. So I'm over there, and we have this bowl of cherry tomatoes on the counter, and I say, well, you know what? Let's practice. So I pick up a cherry tomato, and I say, can I throw this at you? And I expect her to say, no, you can't. But true to her word, she says, I guess so. So I throw the cherry tomato at her. And she says, why are you doing this? And I said, because I want you to get used to saying no. Let's try it again. Can I throw this cherry tomato at you? And she looks at me for a second. She says, no. I said, great. Keep practicing. You'll get better at it. And this is just, to me, emblematic of a problem that a lot of us have, is that we feel bad saying no. But it's really our inability to say no also stops us from saying yes. You know, we had this scenario a number of years back in our old house. There was a house that was bigger than we needed. And so people would call us and say, hey, can I come over and stay there? Can I come over and sleep there? And Hannah felt really bad saying no. So our house became what I used to refer to as the Hotel Hannah Mason. And to the point where it was uncomfortable. We had people coming and going all the time, and we didn't feel like we had really control over our space. And to the point where we wound up moving out of that house into a much smaller one, partially because we really felt like we need to be able to say no. We were feeling burned out by all these guests, all these people coming in and out. And really, that's not how we want to be. That's not the way we want to give. We don't want to be giving because, well, I shouldn't say no. I have a room that nobody's in, therefore, anybody who calls me and asks, can I come stay, suddenly you need to be hosting them and you need to be turning your life upside down to be taking care of them because you've got the room sitting there. That was really uncomfortable for us. And I started to learn that actually my ability to give came from my ability to say no. That once I was able to say no to this, I could say yes to that. Suddenly I had the capacity to do so. I was able to give much more generously because I felt like I was giving from a place that was integral, that it felt really authentic to where we were comfortable with giving. And that's so how it goes with time commitments as well. If you say yes to this and yes to this and yes to this and yes to this, you're going to wind up with no ability to say, well, this is what I want to do with my time. This is where I think I have the most to grow from. If you don't create your own agenda, you're just going to fall into somebody else's agenda for you. So I want to really leave you with that whole question. What is a place in your life that you find yourself saying yes, but resenting it? Saying yes, but feeling like, oh, I'm stretched too thin. I don't really want to be doing this thing, but you say yes anyway because you feel like you should. Perhaps you should change on that one and say no. What would happen if you were to start saying no to that? How would your life change? Would it give you the capacity to say yes to what you really want?